وقل رب زدني علما.
Let's ask the overall questions. Before we talk about human beings, so I heard you talking about like kind of evolutionary type things, the other gentleman, yeah?
Yeah.
But generally I wanted to ask you, like, how do you explain us being here? How did the universe come into existence?
The most truthful answer I can give is that we don't have concrete evidence of any given means of creation of our universe yet.
Another question. Max, yeah?
Yeah.
This is the thing. This is seriously, yeah? Whenever I speak to atheists, it always boils, obviously and rightfully so, down to the evidence, doesn't it, yeah? Okay. What is your truth standard? What for you is sufficient evidence? Generally speaking, in order for you to accept a thing.
In order for me to accept something as likely true, I think if you have a truthful scientific view of the world, you'll never accept anything as 100% completely true, right? Like, we've printed hundreds of thousands of books, and every single time we do it, we apply ink to a letter, and we press that letter into the page. And so we print a word there. It is possible that one time when we apply ink to a letter and press it into a page, the book will spontaneously combust. I haven't seen it yet, you haven't seen it yet, but we can't say with 100% certainty that it couldn't happen, right? So what I'm operating from is a theory basis. Yeah. So what I would accept as truth would be a body of research or evidence or a conversation that strongly suggests something. For instance, like, we believe that aircraft will fly every time we apply a given amount of thrust to a wing with a given shape, because we've tested that hundreds of thousands of times, and every single time the aircraft takes off. It's possible that it won't one time, but the body of evidence suggests that it will.
Okay, I like that. I agree with that.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
So in short, what you're saying is you accept what you could say is a probabilistic type reasoning. Yeah?
Yeah.
So based on likelihood, you assess whether the thing is true or false, generally speaking.
Likely or unlikely, I would say.
Yeah, likely or unlikely, and obviously that varies in proportions depending on what you're talking about. Yeah?
Generally speaking, depending on the size of the sample for evidence, right?
Okay.
So one experiment is a pretty weak proof. 100,000 experiments, fairly strong.
That's I agree with that. Yeah, very good. Now, let's apply this logic, because here what you've said is that i.e. you accept a probabilistic type reasoning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's apply this to the universe and its construction or its creation or whatever you want to call it, yeah, or its inception. My standard question to you would be, how did the universe come into existence? What's your answer to the question?
My answer is that we're still working on finding the truth of that, and that it's very difficult for us to find an absolute truth given the time scale that it occurred on. We have some theories that are looking increasingly likely, but we don't have an absolute answer. However, I don't believe the theists do either.
Okay, thank you. Now, you said you agree with the probabilistic type reasoning, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you accept that the universe is finely tuned?
Finely tuned?
Now let me define what I mean by finely tuned. Yeah? What I mean by finely tuned is that the variables or the constants in terms of physics are set in such a way as to allow any life to exist. This is my definition of finely tuned.
Okay, now I would refute that by saying that on most planets that we've observed directly, because there are a lot that we haven't.
I'm not talking about planets, I'm talking about the universe generally.
Yeah, okay, so the universe generally is empty space. After that, it's ultra-hot gas giants, it's black holes, it's stars.
So all of the constants,
an incomprehensibly small portion of it is suitable for some life. That's a far cry from finely tuned for life to exist.
No, that's not correct, because you can the question of whether life is fit to exist in the universe is a dichotomous question. So it's either yes or no. But I would ask you, is the universe tuned or finely tuned for any life to exist in it? You would answer by saying yes or no. And if you say no, you have to substantiate that in the light of the evidence. No. Because if there's any kind of life that exists in the universe, no matter how small or insignificant in your eyes, that disproves your thesis. Do you understand?
I don't believe that to be true, but for the sake of continuing this discussion, I'll accept that a portion of the universe is a good location for life.
No, but that's not just for the sake of this argument, because what you've done here is you've given me no reason. Here we know that life exists on this universe, yes or no?
Well, yeah, we're standing
okay. We know that the universe facilitated that in terms of its constants and its physical properties, yes or no?
So Sure. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Now, where the life exists, how much life exists in terms of quantity, these are peripheral questions or additional questions or supplementary questions. They don't affect the question at hand, which is, does the universe, or is the universe finally true for any kind of life to exist? And I'm not honing in on human beings and saying that human beings here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm
Life
saying
in
any
general,
kind of
like,
life to
does
exist.
the universe allow life to exist?
Yes, that's the question. Thank you very much. Now, according to the majority, it's almost a consensus in science now, yeah, in terms of physics, that physicists, whether they be agnostic, atheistic, or theistic, acknowledge the fine-tuning of the universe. Now, Stephen Hawking says this in The Brief History of Time. Even Richard Dawkins says this. Many different people, obviously Martin Rees wrote the book The Sixth Number, many different individuals, they make this claim, okay? My point is, when they say this, what they're effectively saying is that the constants in terms of physics are so finely tuned. Had they been otherwise adjusted, the universe would not allow any kind of life to exist. And therefore, me and you couldn't have this conversation. Does this make sense?
Yeah, if the universe was tuned in such a way that life couldn't exist in it, then life wouldn't exist in it. That's true, but it's also kind of an end in itself.
Okay, now, my question is, probabilistically, because this was obviously...
Yeah, an argument for probability.
Yeah, your argument for probability. This was your original point, wasn't it? So, probabilistically now, I'm asking you a very simple question. What is the probability that the universe could have randomly allowed for human life to, or any life to exist?
So this is like, could the room full of monkeys and typewriters eventually write Shakespeare thing, right?
No, because...
Well, no, it is. It's the same argument. I mean, it's different constituent parts, but it's the same core argument. So obviously, the probability is quite high. No. Let me answer your question directly. The probability is necessarily high enough for that to occur, because if you accept that the universe is more or less infinite, right?
No.
You don't. You think there's an edge?
Would you think that the universe has a beginning?
Taking over his channel.
It may or may not have.
Wait, hold on.
All the way in.
Because now, you're moving away from the scientific evidence. The majority of scientists clearly believe in the Big Bang and clearly believe in the expanding universe.
That is not true. Those are both theories.
No, but do you not
and
believe in
a
that?
great number of scientists
that's
accept
fine.
them.
I'm not saying that you're I'm just saying, it's fine. I'm just saying, you don't have to accept those things.
Okay, so here's the thing. You asked me if I believe that, like, what the probability is that the universe, when just interacting randomly with itself, would produce the conditions
That wasn't
necessary for
what I
life.
said, right?
No? Okay, clarify.
I said, generally speaking, I didn't say interacting randomly with myself. That wasn't an insertion I made, Max.
Okay.
I said, generally speaking, the inception of the universe, yeah? Upon the inception, if you obviously believe in an inception at the beginning of the universe, which you're saying you don't. Yeah, which you're saying you don't. But...
Well, no, I'm not saying I don't or I do, I'm saying I don't know.
Okay, fine, that's fair enough. That's a fair enough. Max. What I'm saying is, you're saying, and you wanted to presuppose here for this conversation to continue, that the universe existed for an infinitely long amount of time. Now I'm saying, what's the proof of that?
The one to be
Since you're the one who's asking
The one
for
to
proof,
be
generally.
right.
I'm also in my right to ask
It
you
was the
for
last one.
We don't have any proof
Yours is the one
based on
closest.
carbon
With the
dating
unfolded
of scientific
study.
means that really extends
It's like the
to what's
unfolded,
going on
that
on
one.
this planet,
Yeah.
and maybe some cases on like, as I understand it, we've taken soil samples from Mars, we've taken soil samples from the Moon, and in both of those cases, the soil samples that we took were able to be carbon dated back a certain amount of time. However, we didn't take deep core samples before Mars, so we can't rightly say at this point in time whether we know as an absolute truth how old either one of those bodies are. Now keep in mind, we've only touched 2 celestial bodies in our solar system, which is a limited part of a galaxy, so on and so forth. So obviously, no scientist in their right mind can claim to have absolute knowledge of the beginnings of the universe. All we have are theoretical models.
Okay, thank you very much. But are you now presupposing the beginning of the universe? Because what you said, just to summarize what you said there, is that you don't have any evidences or proof to suggest that the universe was here for an infinite amount of time. That's what you said.
I certainly don't have proof.
Okay, you don't have proof. So that's the thing. To be honest with you here, Max,
Yeah.
I have to be honest with you. Right? You seem like a very genuine guy, yeah?
Sure.
You seem to be deviating away from the principle that you've laid down for yourself. In the beginning of this conversation, I said to you, what is your standard of truth? What kind of thing would you accept? Yeah, of course, yes, it's good one. But I was going to say, generally speaking,
Yeah.
in the beginning you said that my standard of truth is a probabilistic one.
Yeah.
Yes? Based on evidences, you compile the evidences together and come to conclusions based on that evidences and based on those evidences, on that data, on whether you think something is probable or not probable. Okay. And then in the same breath, or in a later statement, you said that I don't have any evidences for the fact that the universe was around for an infinite amount of time.
So especially if we confine it to me as a person standing here right now, but in a more general sense in terms of what I've learned, we do not have concrete evidence one way or the other.
Thank you very much. Okay, so if that's the case, why would you put that as a presupposition? It's very odd. So why would you assume that the universe here existed forever? You said no, you did.
It may have.
Okay.
There's a very great gap, and we should be precise about this. There's a very great gap between saying that something is likely or unlikely and saying it's possible, and also another gap over to saying that it's true. I did not say it was true.
No,
I did not say it was particularly likely or unlikely. I said it was possible.
I like that.
It's possible to find spaghetti monsters up there somewhere. So let's just be clear. I'm not saying that it's 100%
You know
true.
what? Can I tell you people something right here, right now? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the purpose of this, isn't it?
Yes. No, Max. I need to tell you something.
All right.
I need to tell you something because you know, and this might sound. I want you guys like generally to really picture what I'm saying. With infinity, literally almost everything is possible. I'll tell you what I mean by that.
That's correct. No, you don't have to explain it. I understand.
No, but I just want to make sure, like you said, spaghetti monsters. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a probability. Like, actually, it's not a probability. It's 100% the case that me and you
were infinite.
If the universe were infinite, me and you had this conversation before, in Pluto and Mars and all of these different planets.
Not on Pluto or Mars. It's possible there's another universe very like us,
but hold
where
on,
another pair of people very like us had a conversation very like this.
No.
But it is not possible that
Everything is
us
possible.
two
No.
have the exact same
This
conversation.
is what I want you to understand. With the existence of infinity, look, people don't understand what infinity is. Infinity literally is everything becomes possible, literally. Now,
Sure. There's an unending number of iterations of everything. So I
Thank you
suppose
very
you
much.
could say that something very akin to this happened before. Sure.
this happened before in all the planets of the universe.
We don't know that because if,
No, but that's happened. If it's
not necessarily happened. It could happen. It could have happened previously or it could happen in the future.
Yes, that's right. That's correct.
Yeah, they can't make an absolute statement based on infinity if, as you say, no one knows.
You're right. So it's either happened before or it's going to happen in the future. That means you have this conversation.
What are we going to watch?
It's not going to be
We're going to watch your channel, his channel, the brother's channel. No, don't watch his channel.
I know it sounds ridiculous. It sounds
Don't watch it.
conceptually, it is true.
What is it? Is it different angle at least?
No. I'm talking about past and present. And future.
As long as you can see this
With existence infinity, you've got everything.
fairly competition at least.
Can you conceive?
Bring it something different. You all say You have to be creative now.
Well, with the existence infinity, it's such a
When we edit it, we put moustache on.
almost everything becomes
Moustache.
I'll be flying in another universe.
Alright, you made that point.
Okay, no, because this is important, right?
I'll go there, try to find you some jobs.
If I say to you that almost everything either has happened or will happen, then that would suggest here, this is important, that for you to say it's possible that the universe was infinite or it's possible this or possible that, in the context of an infinite universe, it's really neither here
Just to
nor
be
there.
clear, do you accept the premise that it is?
I've rejected that. Yeah. I've rejected this. Yes, of course, my friend.
One-on-one debate.
Technically, every condition of this being infinite.
Now, Muhammad allowed him to ask a question. What happened there?
Well, thank you very much for your contribution. Is there anything you want to add? Anything more? Okay. Well, you understand the argument, the line of argument, yeah?
Sure. I would add one point though.
Yes, go ahead, please.
If the universe is infinite,
Yeah.
it is possible that this conversation will repeat or has occurred in the past. But this exact one, this exact point in the universe physically, and also at this exact point chronologically, could not be.
No. Who said that? Who made that? Who made that condition? No. Tell me the reason why. With the existence of infinity.
Because theoretically, even in an infinite universe, you know what? Maybe you could have a repeating point.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you definitely will, actually. Okay, so this infinity thing, by the way, which doesn't exist in the real world. I don't even believe infinity exists in the real world. Infinity doesn't exist in the real world.
We don't know that.
No, I mean, mathematicians have spoken on this. Like Hilbert, you know the Hilbert hotel example? You know where he said that if you had a hotel with an infinite amount of rooms, and 2 people left the hotel. Yeah? How many people do you have in the hotel? It's infinity minus 2. How can you have infinity minus 2? That's a contradiction.
It is, but if you accept that,
There's no way you can have infinity minus 2. That's a contradiction.